Thank you for joining Adil Farooq on Legal Lounge. I'm here today with another interesting topic, but before that, I would like to disclaim that this information session is for information purposes only. If any of you have any legal issue which is related to my topic or any other topic, I will advise you to go to our legal representative and take a proper legal advice as per your circumstances and act accordingly. And thank you very much for joining my last session as well. And I had wonderful reviews from few of my viewers and had some questions as well. And hopefully this session will brings you more information and you will learn quite few things during this session. Today's session is relating to the real estate, but this is not technically related to pure sale purchase transactions. It is little bit different aspect of the real estate transactions. If you notice that few of our friends or family or people we may know, they are facing difficulties to complete their transactions, and especially those people who bought the properties in last couple of years with the builders, and now it is time to close their transactions, but for some reason they are unable to complete the transaction. And one of the major reasons for not closing this transaction is because the change in the price of the property. For example, if they bought the sign an agreement of purchase and sale with the builder 2 years ago for 1 million value of the property, nowadays the same property is valuated at approximately 800 or sometimes 750 range. I'm just giving you an example. So because of that, the buyers are unable to secure a mortgage because the bank giving a value or valuating that property for 750, but they already signed an agreement of purchase and sale with the builder for $1 million. So what options you have? Unfortunately, you don't have much options to deal with that situation. You have to close this with the builder, or you will be considered as defaulter for this transaction. Believe me or not, since last 1 year, almost every client of mine who bought the property from the builder during last 2 years, they tried hard to get out of the contract, and they requested us as well that please help us to get out of the contract. But I always explain them that a contract is a contract, which means that you cannot get out of this contract without the consent of the vendor, which is builder. And I never saw that any builder allowed you to get out of this contract with the consent. So what options you left? So you left with the option to buy the property at the agreed upon price, or you will be in default. Now, sometimes we tried, not sometimes actually, we always tried to renegotiate the purchase price with the builder because of the change in circumstances. And there are very few builders in the market, those who are giving some discounts to the buyers, but most of them, they don't care. They have a valid reason for not doing that, because you guys signed an agreement of purchase and sale on a certain price, and now they expect you to close this transaction on the same price. So in this kind of situation, the builders sometimes they are very straightforward, and they come with this kind of argument. They say, okay, couple of years ago, when buyers were making good amount of money after buying from the builder, within few months they make reasonable amount of money. At that time, builder never asked the buyers to increase the price because the market was going upward. Then why on earth the vendor now reduce their price? Though they refuse to reduce the price, they refuse to uh, cancel the agreement, and they sometimes they accommodate you to extend that date of closing means they gave you a couple of weeks or months to buy this property, but again, sometimes it is subject to heavy penalty and interest and legal cost, and sometimes it is free, but again, it's all depends on the builders. It varies from the builder to builder, that how aggressive the builder is to close this transaction. So in that case, if you are in default, first of all, you will lose your deposit which you gave at the time of signing the agreement, which maybe 20,000, 40,000, 50,000. It all depends on the agreement whatever you signed, and the builder already have that kind of deposit with them. And if you lose that deposit sometime, my client have this impression, oh, they will keep your deposit and then they will just let you go, and they will not notice you in default, or they will not take any action. That is not 100% true. It all depends on the again on the builder and on the buyer. If the builder's loss is more than your deposit money, they will sue you. But remember, this deposit money is nothing to do with their loss. There are different rules and regulations which apply to that, but I'm just giving you a very basic information about that. And if the builder wants, they can always come back to you for their losses. Okay, now you may have this question that what kind of losses they have. So as once a buyer noted in default by the builder, what the builder will do? Builder always relist the property in the market, and the property which you bought for $1 million 2 years ago, they will sell it on the market price. Of course, they will try to get as much amount as they can from the new buyer, but they will sell in the market on whatever the market price. And for example, if you sold the house for $800,000 and your agreement was for $1 million, so they have the proof that they lost their $200,000 plus their extra legal expenses plus their extra real estate commission if they paid, plus they carry the property from the date of your default until the date you they manage to sell the property. So these are the basic expenses. But if the builder has any other expense because of your default, yes, they can always calculate those expenses as well and add it back into their claim against you. And sometimes my client asks me this question, okay, how how long it will take for the builder to sue you for the default. So in that case, there is it's all depends on the builder. So once builder you got default, builder has 2 years, a 2 years limitation period that they can file a claim against you for their damages, and then they can come after you for their losses. So this will be the situation, but again, it all depends on the builder. If the builder decided not to go after you, it's their call. There's another aspect of this process, and builders always try to go after someone who have some assets under their name, or if they have some access to the funds, because they don't want to waste their further money and resources to chase someone who has no funds, who has no resources to pay their damages. So it is also very important for the builder before they decide if they want to proceed against the defaulter or not. And I'm seeing that few of my audience have some questions, but just wait. I will answer those questions once I will finish this topic. So this topic was from the perspective of the purchaser side, but you will be surprised. And I know it's very unusual that sometimes vendors fail to complete their sale transaction. If you are selling a property and you fail to close your transaction, you will be in default. Okay, few when I talk to a few of my clients and colleagues and my friends, they were surprised. Okay, how come? They understand that a buyer can be default, but how come a seller can be in default? So I will give you a practical example. If you bought a house for $1 million, let's say 2 years ago, and you take a mortgage of $850,000 on this house, so it means there was only $150,000 equity at that time when you bought the property. But nowadays the market price went down and the same house value is now 750. So the house value is 750, your mortgage was 850, and on top of it you have to pay your real estate commission, your lawyer fee, altogether most probably maybe $50,000 more. So it means you are short of $150,000 when you sell your property. And if you sell your property, and after that, when we approach to your lender who has a mortgage on your property, they inform us you owe them $850,000 in order that they will release your house from any liability. In that case, at the time of closing, you will be short of this 150. So you have to bring this 150 out of your own savings, out of your own property or your own financial resources. If you fail to bring that 150, we, being your lawyer, were unable to close this transaction. In this case, we try our best, and until now, we managed to complete many of the sale transactions where we were facing this kind of situation, that when the seller failed to close and lender has more money than whatever we are getting from the sale of the transaction. In that case, we try to negotiate with the mortgage company, and we also try to negotiate with your real estate agent as well. So we tell them, okay, see, we have only this much money after the sale of the house. If you will not give some discounts to your client, we will not be able to compete from us. So they calculate their own way, and if they realize that it's better for them to get whatever they receive at that time, they usually allow you to close the deal. And when they allow you to close the deal, it doesn't mean that they will release you from the balance of the payment. It all depends that how they will respond to us when they are issuing our payout statements. Sometimes they defer the payments, and sometimes they release you. But if they will not release you 100% against taking after taking the small less payment, they can always sue you. The lender can sue you for the outstanding money which they are short in order to pay off your existing mortgage. So this was the situation where the vendor failed to close, and the initial previous one, the situation where the purchaser failed to close. So now, if you allow me a couple of seconds, I have to see my Facebook and other social media. I have a couple of questions. Let me read those questions. So I have a question from one of my viewers, that what if the builder refused to give them any discount, but he is already selling the same properties to the new owners for the less amount. So what I understood from this question, and this is a very interesting question, and this is happening in the market. So if, for example, if the builder sold you the house for 1 million, and he still has, as of today, he still have some inventory in the building or in the subdivision, and now the same kind of house that builder is selling for $800,000, and what if they will give you some discount or not? Legally speaking, the builder is not bound to give you any discount. Just because of that, now they are selling the house for a less price, and this is and you cannot force them that they should give you the discount, because you signed an agreement with them on a certain amount, and you are bound to pay back that amount to the builder as per your agreement. If they are selling their new inventory for a less price, it doesn't make any difference for you. It will not reduce your liability. But if you remember, actually I remember that thing, that sometimes the builder launch their part of subdivision, maybe 5-10 houses for a certain amount, and they say, oh, the response is very good. For the next lot of 5 of 10 houses, the same subdivision, they increase the price. So it's the same principle. You cannot go back to the builder at that time. Oh, you sold the house to someone else for the less price. Give me for the less price. They say no. Now that price has changed. So the answer of your question is very straightforward. Again, you are bound by the agreement whatever you signed with the builder. Okay, so let's see if something else I have. So I think that's all for now. And please don't forget to like and subscribe on the Facebook, and like and follow on YouTube and TikTok for my every week updates. I always try to be here on every Tuesday between at 1 p.m. and my discussion goes for usually 10 to 20 minutes. And I will be back on next Tuesday, same time, that is 1 p.m., with another interesting topic. If you have any topic in your mind and you need some legal input on that topic, you can always send us a message by email or on our social media. You can send us an email at adil, adil, at adillaw, adillaw.ca, or you can send us call our office at 905-502-7474, or again you can send us message on our social medias. Thank you for joining this session. Have a wonderful day and take care.